Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a general love and relationship reading for Taurus for the 9th of July to the 29th of July 2018. For a better understanding of what's going on, I suggest you watch your moon and rising sign. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if this video resonates with you. I put the decks I'm using down in the description box. So have a look, and I'm just going to start the reading. I'm using the Gypsy Oracle just to get a general idea of the energies around you, and then I shall do a general read. Okay, so it looks, we've got a card that says misfortune, but basically it's like, whatever situation has happened is now finished and over and done with, and you've got to put that relationship completely behind you. It's something that probably went up in smoke, and something that you have to walk away from and say there's nothing that you can salvage from it. So the end of a relationship, the end of something, and there's no going back to it. And in the past, maybe you've protected yourself by appearing like you don't really care about what was going on around you. You tried to show people that it didn't affect you, whatever the relationship was. Coming into the future, you've got the faithfulness card coming in, so that means that there's somebody that is going to be very loyal, faithful, maybe a very good friend. So somebody coming in, a very supportive person coming into your life after all the tragedy of this ended relationship, and somebody there to give you that support, emotional support that you need. So you are sitting and waiting for this with the waiting card. You're waiting and hoping that something comes, love comes to you, and maybe you're daydreaming about it as well. And going into the card's advice is, give it a great deal of thought before you get involved in any kind of relationship, and think very carefully and clearly about it. So you are waiting for somebody to come in. A relationship ended, but somebody very faithful, loyal. Maybe you have to rethink what your priorities are and what you want from a relationship and how this factors into your life. So give it a great deal of thought while you're sitting and waiting, and forget the past and move on, and accept an offer from anybody who is loyal, faithful, who is very, who befriend you and give you that support that you need. So for the general read, I'm using the Romantic Tarot, and I cut this deck. I have shuffled it. Okay, the general energy of the cards is the Seven of Swords, which looks like you're feeling very, very lonely. You don't have any friends here, according to this card. You're not socializing. You're keeping to yourself. You're still trapped within the thoughts of the past. All these thoughts are pointing to this ice sculpture. So maybe you're coming across as being like an ice maiden, somebody who is completely isolated themselves, and somebody who is now cold to any kind of offers or friendships that are coming in. So you've actually secluded yourself away from the rest of the world, and you're not really entertaining any kinds of offers, any kinds of friendships. You're really keeping to yourself, and and it's all these thoughts that you've had in your mind, of all the heartbreak that you've had, that have been keeping you trapped within the situation. So not going out, not socializing, and basically keeping to yourself. The main card is the Six of Swords, and it's crossed by the Tower. So whatever situation happened, completely turned your world upside down, and the foundations of that relationship were completely broken down, crumbled, and maybe it's happened already. So you're quite distressed and distressed by that whole situation. You haven't gotten over it. So the Tower has come into your life, and has completely destroyed whatever relationship you had. And now with the Six of Swords, you're hoping to move away from that situation, and there is somebody that will come and help you, support you, and take you out of that kind of feeling. This person comes in as a friend, somebody you can trust, somebody you can speak to, somebody you're going to have to rely on just to get you out of that situation. So somebody that you can, a shoulder to cry on to get you out of this Tower situation. So in the past, you've got the Five of Pentacles. In the general reading, the Five of Pentacles usually talks about loss, financial loss. In this spread, it talks about, maybe losing your head over a situation, and not really thinking about what you had been involved in. So maybe you were involved in a relationship with somebody that you relied on completely, and now you were head over heels in love with this person, and they completely let you down. So you thought you had everything, and it turns out that there was a complete loss. And there was a lot of fighting and arguing that proceeded in the last 3 or 4 months. So maybe there was something that you found out about this person, and maybe you found that they were involved in another relationship, and it caused a breakdown, a complete breakdown, lots of bickering, lots of arguing, lots of conflict around you. And you're hoping that new social invitations come in. This has been on your mind, and you want to just go out and have some fun, and you don't want to think about what happened in the past. So you want to move away from the situation that happened with the Tower, and you really want to go out over there, and you go out and reacquaint yourself with the world, and you want to get out of this situation of the Seven of Swords, where you're so isolated and feeling very, very lonely. So you want somebody to come in. So people see you as a very stable person going to the future. You will achieve everything that you want. You will reach your financial stability and emotional stability, and you will be this Queen of Pentacles. So you are working towards that, to achieving your goals, and maybe you are focused a lot on your work at the moment, and getting yourself to a position where you can start making decisions for yourself, and you can be very independent. Maybe in that relationship that you were in, you were trying to change the other person to be what they were not. So you were trying to mold them into your ideal, and it wasn't working. So you loved this person, and you tried to turn them into something that they weren't, and maybe this is why this whole relationship has broken down and this Tower has come. This person obviously was not for you, because if you have to change somebody to suit your needs, then they are not the person that you were looking for. And maybe you were a person who really came across as being that person's slave, so you did everything for them, and you sacrificed a lot for that person. And obviously it was something that was not appreciated, because you have a relationship that has broken down. You're hoping for that passionate love, that romantic love, with the Lover's card. You want to make, Lover's card in general tarot usually speaks about a choice, but in this case it speaks about that passionate love, that all-consuming love, and that is what you are hoping for. So the final outcome card is the Knight of Rods, the Hermit, and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Rods speaks about, there could be somebody coming in with a message very quickly. This could be a very sexual relationship that is coming to you, and it's coming very quickly, or it could just be that you're deciding to move away from the past and move into the future with this energy. The Knight of Rods is a very, like I said, a very sexual, Rods is a very sexual card. So this person might be very, very attractive, very, very appealing, and you are very, maybe you want to form some sort of relationship with them. But you are keeping to yourself with the Hermit card, and you're not allowing this person to, you are spending a lot of time by yourself, and you're doing a lot of soul searching. And what comes in is the Knight of Pentacles, which is somebody who's very generous, caring, somebody who moves slowly but has their wits about them, and like you see, very, very generous person, a very abundant person, a very stable person, takes their time, very, very hardworking. So maybe you need to wait. With this Hermit card, you need to spend some time finding yourself again and wait for this new relationship to come in. And it looks like it'll be a much more rewarding relationship than just running into the relationship with the Knight of Wands. So excuse my kitty, she wants to stay here, and it's just too hot to send her off. Honey. I'm just going to draw 2 cards from the Romance Angels. Okay, so the 2 cards that have come up is Healing Family Issues, Your Love Life Benefits as You Forgive Your Parents, and the second one is Express Your Love, Go Ahead and Make a Romantic Gesture. So if you have any problems from the past that are coming and preventing you from forming relationships, you need to address these. And forgive your parents, because a situation is past. There's nothing you can do about whatever they've done to you. You can't change the situation. It's already history and water under the bridge, and you need to let it go. And the second one is Express Your Love, and if somebody gives you an offer of love, maybe you should just accept it as being, take it for what it is, and express yourself romantically. Okay, so I'll just draw 3 cards from the Archangel Tarot. I have shuffled this deck, I'll just cut it. We're having a heat wave here in London, so all the kitties are really, really uncomfortable. So the first one is Solutions, Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. This is Archangel Zadkiel. So, you need to have a energy of healing about you. This is usually the Temperance card, and it says, practice patience, self-control, take a middle of the road approach, try not to get upset about things, and just be objective, and don't get drawn into arguments and fights that you don't need to be. And the second card is 5 of Raphael, which says everything happens for a reason, release regret and embrace opportunities for happiness, search for the silver lining. So whatever the situation was that caused so much of trauma and upset, you need to let it go and say, it happened for a reason. Maybe you were not in a good place, and when you were not in a good place, maybe that is why the Tower card has come in to change that whole energy into something more productive. Maybe you were too stagnant, maybe you were not progressing spiritually, so that has come in. And the 5 of Raphael says everything happens for a reason, and you need to release regret. And the last card is Queen of Raphael, that says follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So you need to listen to your psychic intuition and follow your heart and do the thing that you love. Because if the situation didn't work for you in the past because you were following what everybody else said, it's time for you to now look after yourself and do the things that make you happy. And love will come in, and it will bring you a lot of happiness and stability. So the message here is follow your heart, follow your intuition. Everything has happened for a reason, and just keep calm, take a deep breath, count to 10, and get on with things. And try not to get unhappy about things. Express your love. Try to heal the past. Leave the past behind and move forward. And with that comes a lot of healing and new relationships coming in as well. So it may not be quite the time. You need to have a little bit of patience, but all of that will soon change. And it looks like there is somebody that is going to come in to support you and help you move away from this awful situation that you went through. And maybe that relationship that you left was not good for you. If you've had to change it or try to change the person, so it obviously was not working, and it was not good for you. So I hope that this message has resonated with you, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.